All right, you guys. Let's talk about this specific episode right here. Um, so overall, this is an episode that I wasn't expecting. Clearly, it went to a direction that again I wasn't expecting. Kasi I was expecting today's episode to be all about yung mangyayaring revolusyon na gagawin ng mga kasabwat ni Padre Salvi, pero I completely forgot about Sisa finding her son doon sa Abangan from last week. So yun pala ang meaning ng ano dito. Oh, wala. Ng mga vulture. I explained my reasoning kung ano meaning ng mga vulture in the previous analysis video in which I said na, si vulture ay si Padre Salvi. And, vultures are scavengers and they try to eat on the stuff that was left by the dead organism, diba? In this case, once Padre Salvi was able to kill the Ibarra character, then that's where Padre Salvi can eat away what Ibarra left sa mundo na to. And in this case, Maria Clara. So, yun ang yun ang understanding ko from this vulture. Pero it turns out there's this but I believe na, when you think about it, um I can understand the meaning about it too kasi, after seeing the vultures, we cut straight to Padre Salvi talking to Alfares, having a meeting with Alfares from the previous episode. But you know what? There's an extended scene here of the vulture. As it turns out, this set of vultures right here is showing na kung nasaan pala yung bangkay ni Crispin, 'di ba? Um, Now I don't know how accurate this portrayal of a vulture's behavior is, pero it makes sense, and all of this led to that scene with Sisa. Pero let me open my notes here. So again, somebody thinks so Salvi again was able to be successful when it comes to paano ba to influencing Alfares na si Ibarra nga mismo yung magiging mastermind ng kung ano mang pangyayari. Kinabukasan yata or on this night, 'di ba? Ngayon, I said na si Alfares ay napaka-gullible naman to believe para Salvi kasi imagine mo lahat ng information na yun ay nanggaling kay Salvi. Not only that, kung ako si Alfares, i-question ko si Salvi, di ba? Okay, Salvi, bakit ka merong mga letra ni Ibarra para kay Mana Clara? Ba't mo nakuha itong mga letra na to at ba't to nakatago sa'yo? And bakit in all of the times na ibibigay mo sa akin yung letter na to, ibibigay mo pa yung mismong letter na to on the exact day kung saan mangyayari yung revolution na yun, yung rebellion na yun, di ba? And at the same time, how convenient it is na merong nag-confess sa'yo na merong ang mangyayaring rebellion galing sa isa sa mga kapatid ng mga magpapasimuno nun, di ba? So, again, Alfares is getting all of this info from one person. Pero, Alfares is in a very tight situation here kasi he needs to act. Diba? Nakuha din yung impormasyon na sabi ni Padre Salvi na i-atake daw mismo yung armory, I believe, ng mga Guardia Civil. So, lahat ng information na galing kay Padre Salvi. And if ako'y ng sapatos ni Alfares, i-question ko yun. Bakit mo alam bakit mo alam yung mga information na 'to, ba't mo alam na yung given na tinanong ko si Padre Salvi, pero ba't ka very confident na i-aatake mismo yung armory namin, yung headquarters namin, 'di ba? Pero again, I understand why Alfares is very scared kasi I believe na mangyayari yung rebellion on the same day during the night. So he needs to act really fast on how he's going to handle the situation, diba? It's better to over prepare than to under prepare. So if I am Alfares and I'm in this tight situation, then I would rather over prepare in a situation like this. Pero again, Padre Salvi's plan is working, and given on what happened on the ending on this episode, it will put Ibarra in another obstacle na hindi niya kagagawan mismo, but it's Padre Salvi's actions. When it comes to the Mana Clara scene here, it has been confirmed na si Padre Damaso nga ay nasa Manila na. Pero kakaiba, no? Itong episode na to is all about kutob and stuff like that. Si Piroso Potasio, may kutob siya na there's, given na meron mga vultures sa taas, there's a bad thing that might happen on this episode. Masama ang kutob ng mga tao. Si Doña Victorina napatakbo. Ayan, si Maria Clara naman masama ang kutob niya and something like that. She got anxious, and as it turns out, may natanggap siya na isang letter galing kay Padre Damaso mismo in a time where the last thing that she wants to think about is Padre Damaso, which is her veiled father, diba? So there's that. I wonder what that letter brings pagdating kay Maria Clara. Is it a letter of apology? Or is it a letter about something else? Diba? It might be a letter about him encouraging her na maging madre na lang siya. Kasi ayaw pa rin niya kay Ibarra, diba? Ayaw pa rin ni Padre Damaso kay Ibarra. So, there's that. And you know what? Itong episode na to is also all about injustice. Injustices and the lack of justicia during this time. It's just crazy na again, the last time that we saw Sisa with her son ay, of course, buhay pa sila, pero nagyayakapan sila doon sa tapat ng simbahan mismo. And I said, if you guys watch my reaction to that, sinabi ko na, guys, ito na yung maging huling time na magyayakapan sila. Nasa loob na sila, given na nasa tapat sila ng simbahan, sinabi ko din na, I think sinabi ko din na nagyakapan sila mismo on the gates of hell. And it's simply sad na nagkita ulit sila, ang kayakap na ni Sisa ay mismong bangkay ni Crispin. It was very moving. At first, yung nakita niyo yung bangkay, she was like in denial, diba? Given na she's not in the proper mental state, ang sinasabi ng puso niya ay, I think sinabi ko rin several times na even though mentally ill si Sisa, nagpa-function pa rin yung puso niya na maayos. Not literally, but figuratively. In some way, sinabi ng puso ni Sisa na yan yung bangkay mismo ni Crispin. But at the same time, she doesn't want to believe it. Kaya she was in denial. And, while everyone was looking at the corpse of Crispin, she was in denial and she was still trying to shout for Crispin's name and try to look for her son, diba? And then it stuck to her when she realized na, yeah, you know what? Baka patay na talaga yung anak ko. Baka yan talaga yung bangkay ni Crispin. Which was very, very eye-opening pagdating kay Ibarra. And you know what? This situation right here is what Ibarra needed. Kasi all this time, he's been blind about the injustices sa mundo ng San Diego. If kung hindi man siya bulag sa mga bagay na yon, at least we can argue na he's not taking it seriously given na isa siyang biktima ng injustice na yon. You know, through the ex commute thing, given na namatay yung kanyang tatay dahil sa mga kamay ni Padre Damaso. Despite all of those things, he still tries to, again, habaan yung pasensya niya. And he still tries to do good sa San Diego in a legal sense, which is apparent and which is, understandable. That is what Rizal was trying to do when he was alive. Pero again, what happened here in this scene was um was the eye opener thing para kay Ibarra mismo, 'di ba? Kasi whenever from what I'm seeing on this show or at least on the books, justice here, ang justice dito sa No Limitang mismo ay super misaligned. Whenever the whenever the Priles and the Guardia Civil, the government of the Philippines during this time, whenever they're trying to display justice in a sense, they are always targeting the wrong people. Diba? Whatever happens in the future, if ever Ibarra goes into trial, we do know na again, that is the government targeting the wrong person kasi si Ibarra ang hindi nagpasimula ng rebellion na yun, kundi si Padre Salvi, di ba? Same thing na nangyari sa tatay ni Ibarra, which is he was targeted, yung justice system mismo, again, targeted the wrong person kasi ang ginagawa lang ni Don Rafael ay tinutulungan lang yung bata at nagkataon lang na nabaok ba yun? Nabaok sa ulo yung taong um, yung taong pinagsasabihan ni Don Rafael mismo kasi nagbubuli nga, 'di ba? In which led to his imprisonment and his jail time. Same thing here. Whenever justice is in display, ang target ng Guardia Civil ay hulihin mismo si Sisa at ipakulong. 'Di ba? So we do see justice here, but again, it's always misaligned. It's always targeting the wrong person, which is very unfortunate, diba? Which is very unfortunate. And now, let's focus on Ibarra right here. Now, this is a scene that, again, I wasn't expecting. I don't know how accurate this is in the books. From my understanding, without spoiling anything, whatever happens after the episode right here, that is what made Ibarra turn into the Ibarra that we have in El Virtuosismo. Pero you know what? As it turns out, at least within the context of the show, yung mismong nakita niya yung bangkay ni Crispin at yakap-yakap ni Sisa yung bangkay na kanyang anak. That what made Ibarra turn or at least realize na yeah, I mean, injustice is basically a huge thing na nangyayari sa San Diego mismo. He tried approaching, he tried to open his eyes by asking Elias, by trying to put his shoes into Elias's shoes, pero hindi lang niya nakita yon. I think Elias's story wasn't enough for him to see na there needs to be a drastic change pagdating sa pamumuno mismo sa Pilipinas during this time. Pero given na Ibarra has this history with the children of Sisa, 'di ba, na wag natin kalimutan na yung dalawang anak ni Sisa ay kumain mismo sa loob ng bahay ni Ibarra, 'di ba, pinakain ni Clay. And given na, you know, sinab that was like his side objective na tatry nilang hanapin yung dalawang anak ni Sisa and also help Sisa with her mental state. And given na nakita niya mismo si Sisa, yakap-yakap niya yung bangkay ng anak ni Sisa mismo, which is si Crispin, Ibarra might have faced maybe his biggest failure, di ba? His biggest failure of giving Sisa the proper care that she needed and giving Sisa her children alive. And from that failure, nakita din mismo ni Ibarra na it's going to be really difficult to live in a place like this. Kasi yung mga praile mismo at yung mga Guardia Civil, yung gobyerno, they always have the upper hand. Diba? This is injustice in play. And it shows na kahit sino man ay hindi protektado on how justice is being served sa bansang ito. Anybody can be a victim, even a kid, just like Crispin, diba? But as a as a um Ibarra fan of the El Filibusterismo books, I really like what I'm seeing here. He I said na Ibarra already went past the border. I said na Ibarra already became the Ibarra of El Filibusterismo after what he did with Padre Damaso, diba? Sure, there were some since that episode and on this episode there were a lot of like positive stuff na nangyari, pero I said na whatever Ibarra did there is something that he can't reverse. Kasi the fact na napunta ka na sa point na willing kang pumatay ng isang tao sa gitna ng publiko, 'di ba? It feels na you already went past that, and it feels like basically you can probably do anything na. There is this another border that he has to pass, which is killing an actual person. Pero he was almost as close to doing that until tinigil mismo ni Mana Clara yung kanyang mga kamay, 'di ba? And again, I do like seeing this scene because we are seeing a ton of. It feels like he is now actually trying to seek revenge because of what happened to Crispin. Right now, we cannot see his sadness here. The last time na nakita natin umiyak yata si Ibarra ay yung after nangyari sa kanya between kay Damaso, nakita siya umiyak. And that was, yung iyak na yun is telling us na, he is in extreme sadness na nagawa niya yung bagay na yun. Diba? It feels like na he regrets it. Pero here, he is simply angry. He is simply angry at what has been happening with several people sa community mismo ng San Diego. And given na si Clay mismo, she now has the context of how dark things can turn out sa mundo ng No Limit Tangere. She is now very, very careful, very caring pagdating kay Ibarra in a way na ayaw niya mismong natatakot siya mismo sa mga susunod na actions ni Ibarra. And it feels like Clyde just wanted to see Ibarra just be neutral about what's happening in the world right now. Kasi again, she's afraid na Ibarra might die by the end of the book mismo. So again, a good episode, an episode that was very unexpected, pero a good episode nonetheless. Actually, just from this scene right here, it makes me more excited about the El Filibusterismo part of the story. And that episode just can't come soon enough. I just want to see Clay play around the El Filibusterismo books. So, hey, hopefully we will be able to see it. So that's my analysis on this episode. What do you guys think? And see you guys around tomorrow. Goodbye, you guys, and take care. Goodbye.